If equipped with a soft stop door feature, start by opening the door and removing the cover. Then remove the inside hinge cover and use a pry tool or slotted screwdriver to snap off the upper door cover. Locate and remove the packets supplied inside the refrigerator. Snap the supplied red safety lock into the opening. Locate the pin opening on the underside of the top hinge. Using a screwdriver, push the pin up and remove it. Turn the plastic arm away from the hinge and against the door. Use a screwdriver to snap out the inside cover, then remove. Locate and loosen the screw on the closing damper. Then use a screwdriver to pull out the entire closing damper unit. Next, remove the screw from the white adapter piece. Then pull that out of the unit. Open the bottom door and use a screwdriver or pry tool to remove the lower door cover. Once removed, use the other supplied red safety lock and snap it into place. Loosen the lower hinge cover. Locate and remove the pin from the lower hinge using a screwdriver. Turn the plastic arm away from the hinge and against the door, removing the hinge cover. Locate and loosen the screw on the closing damper. Then use a screwdriver to pull out the entire closing damper unit. Next, remove the screw from the white adapter piece. Then remove that from the door. Remove the outside cover plate, then carefully loosen and remove the control display and flip it up on top of the unit. Gently unplug the board. Carefully loosen the cable from the door guide channel and the hinge. On the top of the door, remove the cover, then unscrew the main pin from the top of the door and pull it out. Switch it with the cover from the opposite side. Lift the upper door and set it aside. On the lower door, remove the top hinge pin, then open and carefully lift the lower door away and set it aside. Now that the upper door is accessible, press the tab and unplug the cord from the top of the door. Locate and loosen the screws from the top hinge block using a T20 screwdriver. The hinge block should then slide out. Remove the plastic bushing from the hinge block. Refeed the cord through the hinge in reverse order of the original installation. The single black line on the cord should align with the placement on the hinge. The double black line should feed into the door. Be careful not to crush or pinch the cord in the hinge. Replace the plastic bushing on the other side of the hinge block. Remove and relocate the hinge block screws to the opposite side of the unit. Reattach the hinge block, making sure the cord does not get pinched behind the hinge. Using a T20 screwdriver, unscrew and remove the center hinge block. Remove the cover from the other side, then turn the center hinge and replace it on the opposite side. Remove the lower hinge pin from the hinge block, then unscrew the closing damper and hinge block, and transfer them both to the other side. When inserting the pin, ensure the latching cam is facing back. Reattach the cover on the other side. On the top edge of the upper door, remove the guide post using a screwdriver, then insert the opposite version of the guide post from the supplied accessory package onto the opposite end of the door. Remove the handle covers. Then unscrew the handles using a T15 Torx screwdriver. Remove the plugs from the other side and reverse the components to the opposite sides. On the top of the lower door, remove the plug cover and relocate it to the opposite side. Replace the lower door by inserting it onto the bottom hinge pin. Insert the center hinge pin, then fit the upper door onto it. Insert the main top hinge pin and secure it into place. Insert the plug on the opposite side. Clip the plug into place on the opposite side of the control board. Snap the control board back in position, making sure that the cord is not pinched behind the control panel. On the door side, snap the inside cover back into position with the wire guided through it. Then reconnect the plug and ensure the wire is neatly secured out of the way. Close the doors and check for proper alignment. If an adjustment is needed, remove the lower center screw from the hinge, then loosen the other two. The door can now be readjusted for proper alignment. The same adjustment method can be done on the center hinge as well, by removing the center screw and loosening the outside ones. Once the doors are properly aligned, reconnect the white adapter piece using a T15 Torx screwdriver. Next, replace the closing damper with the red safety lock still in place. Position the lower hinge cover inside of the plastic arm, then swing the arm back into the hinge. Reinstall the lower hinge pin. Snap the hinge cover back into place. Remove the red safety lock and snap the lower door trim cover back in position. On the upper door, reconnect the white adapter section using a T15 Torx screwdriver. Then replace the closing damper with the red safety lock still in place. Swing the arm back into the upper hinge. Reinstall the upper hinge pin. Remove the red safety lock and snap the upper door trim cover back into position. Reattach the covers on the body of the unit adjacent to the control panel. After all covers are in place, the door reversal is completed.